What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button once again. I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. As you see by that ticket there, the Knicks pull off a great victory tonight by beating the Portland Trailblazers 112 to 84. They made a statement. I think it was like beginning of the game. Well, Randall pretty much stated, we don't play with our food, right? And that's the approach you're supposed to have with teams like this. And I think that this is the exact way that when you consider yourself to be one of the better teams in the league, this is how you handle a team like you don't play around with them. You attack them right off the back. And that was the first thing we saw with the first player of the game, Dante DiVincenzo. Dante's infernal, stealing the ball, slam dunking it. That was a perfect introduction of what tonight was going to be, right? And that's exactly what it was for the Knicks. They just dominated this game from top to bottom. It was over after the first half, right? It really, truly was. It was great to see a guy like OG Anunoby really step up. Big 23 big points for him. He led the team in scoring. 6 people in double figures tonight. It was a smooth game, man. And I think I love the fact that, there's a lot of things I want to touch on, of course, but I love the fact that Randall and Brunson were able to rest at the end of the game. This is exactly how it should be against teams that are lesser than you, period. Namrit, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Jew, what's going on? Appreciate you guys for coming through, rocking with your boy LV. And this is what should happen, right? Atlantic Lion, what's going on, man? Yes, sir. Great win. And when you come out and against a team like this, this is what you should do. This is what you should do. You should dominate. You should pretty much put your foot on their neck, and that's it. Game over, right? It shouldn't be any playing around. It shouldn't be any back and forth and all this other stuff. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again on my lives. The addition of OG Anunoby has just changed the dynamic of this team. I don't want to say the culture, because I think Brunson and those Nova boys have come in and established that. But there's something to be said about finding a perfect piece to your puzzle, right? And I think OG Anunoby fits so good here that it's rubbing off on everybody else. Everyone's passing the ball well. People are cutting. People are defending. Those corner threes are money. With him and DiVincenzo shooting those corner threes, it's deadly, because that then opens up the floor for guys like Randall and, of course, for Brunson to do what they do and facilitate. And because they're such great one-on-one players, you got to kind of try to go double them. And if you go and double them, you leave guys like OG Anunoby open and DiVincenzo, and those guys are shooting the trey ball at a high clip, man. And the Knicks are rolling, man. 5 in a row. 5 in a row. 5 in a row. Listen, man, do we need another piece? Yes, we do, right? But you have to love how this team looks. You really do. Now, of course, we haven't played upper echelon competition, but in a sense we have, right? Because we beat Minnesota, and look what we did to Philly. Tonight's game looked like Philly's game, right? So, you don't want to jump out the window and say, okay, we're good. Like, we don't have anything to worry about. But this is feeling really, really good. It really is. And I think it's feeling good because we're looking like a team. We're playing exceptional defense. Guys are playing well in the passing lanes. We're knocking down shots. Gravity, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. And it's just great to see, man. It really, truly is. You know what I mean? Because how OG Anunoby plays, how DiVincenzo plays, is spilling over into everybody else. And everybody else is giving top effort. And everybody else is playing really, really well. So it's just beautiful to see. OG Anunoby, the way he cuts to the basket, he's always open. He always knows how to get off of a guy when someone's penetrating. He's always making the right read. He's always in the right place at the right time, it feels like, right? He just has a good sense of the game. He really, truly does. And hey, man, listen, I know a lot of people want a two-guard, man, but Dante DiVincenzo, man, he only played 19 minutes tonight, man, but it feels like every time he's in the game, he's making an impact. Look, man, I know Tibbs is trying to force feed Grimes and give Grimes minutes and trying to, make Grimes believe in, I guess his game. I don't know. But he's got to try to find more minutes for DiVincenzo. I don't like the fact that he comes out, and then it's like as if DiVincenzo, when he comes out after that first quarter, he's like he doesn't come back in the game till like 4 minutes or 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Like, I don't like that, man. Like, I don't like that. He needs to play a lot because of what he brings to the table. Like, he really, truly does. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know. But all in all, we look like a team, man. We look like a team. We truly, truly do. Gravity says Deuce just needed the green light, and now he's shooting with more confidence. Yeah, he is, man. Deuce is playing well. We always knew Deuce had it in him because of what he did in the G League, right? So we always knew he had it in him. The problem with Deuce is that he's not a facilitator, right? So he's not a playmaker. So he's just you need someone there who's like a playmaker at the top of the key that you can maybe put next to Deuce, right? Because I'm not saying that Deuce should stop playing. Like, I do like what he's doing. Let's give him more touches. Let's see if he can kind of come around and really start maybe being a spark plug off the bench, right? Let's give him an opportunity. But I think you need to put the ball in somebody else's hand, right? So, you saw an introduction to Brogdon tonight, right? So hopefully that could be a piece. Once again, you've heard me say Tyus Jones. You just need someone for that second unit to come in and facilitate and run the offense. Like, the offense isn't really being run out there right now with Deuce and just definitely with Josh Hart. They're not running the offense, man. They're just running and gunning. So you're going to need someone out there to really kind of spell Brunson, of course, until the playoffs. But that's kind of like, to me, what needs to happen, because you could see it with that unit. Then they're struggling running the offense. You know what I mean? So that's where, you need a facilitator to kind of come in. They got to pick up somebody to really help do that. But all in all, OG Anunoby, man. Great night for him. Let's go over his numbers, man. 29 minutes, 9 for 12 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 23 points for OG, man. I mean, I love the fact also, too, that Randall and those guys were looking for him in the corner. He was getting open. He was hot. Let him shoot it. And he was knocking them down with ease, man, with no problem. I think at one point he was 4 for 4 from over there in that first quarter. So that was great to see, right? And I think also, too, because he is new here and because he's trying to find his way here to fit in well with everyone else, it's good to see, the ball go through the basket for him and for him to have a night like this, right? Especially against a team like this. Put up pretty good numbers. To where he's able to, show the team, like, listen, man, I could be an offensive threat too. I'm not just a defensive guy, right? I could be an offensive threat. And I think that with that, the team will gain more confidence in him, which I think they have. But, seeing a guy knock it down and seeing a guy penetrate and finish well, he finishes great at the rim. Strong, too. Always looking to dunk it. I love that. I love those strong finishes. Makes your teammates believe in you, right? Believe more confidence because he's still getting his footing here. But it's just beautiful that he's getting his footing. We're 5-0, right? There's no better feeling than that. Coach, what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you. Appreciate you coming by, Coach. But great night, man. I mean, great night. I mean, a lot of people are going to say that, this is a bum night. I don't agree with that. I think this is a game that you don't take anybody seriously, and this is what you do. This is how you handle these teams. One thing I will say, though, that kind of, I don't want to say was bothering me, but just kind of, I just was like, like Randall just sometimes is just trying to force it too much, right? It seemed like he started getting back to old Randall, right? He just complaining at the refs. A couple of times Brunson had to, kind of stomp his feet at the top of the key, like call him, like, yo, man, come on, we trying to run the play. You complain about a call. I'm like, Randall, you up by 21, dogs. Like, stop it. Like, come on, man. A couple of times he was getting some turnovers, and he was starting to kind of go back to like, and I'm like, Randall, get your head together, man. Who cares about the calls? We're up by 21, man. This team is not even close to being in our league. Just flow through the offense. You see how Brunson had it tonight, right? Brunson was just smooth with it. He wasn't really trying to force it. He kept it simple, and that's it. That's what Randall should have did. But a couple of times I just felt like down the court, he just was getting back to being like old Randall, Yeah, OG is great, Coach. Yes, he is. Yeah, we are fortunate to have him on the roster, Drew. Absolutely. Coach, we still need a shot creator in the second unit. You know what? Not even a shot creator, Coach, because I think we got some guys that Grimes coming in. He's starting to get his feeling right. I think we need more like a facilitator, Coach. I think we need that. I think we need somebody. Hey, Tim, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. My man Tim, I haven't seen him in a long time, man. Hope all is well. BX Home Connection all day, every day. Nice to see you, sir. Happy New Year's to you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you, Tim. So I think we just need like a facilitator, someone for that second unit, to kind of stabilize it. I know a lot of people was talking about DeJounte Murray. That he would be nice for the second unit also. You just need someone there to run that point, to facilitate, can knock down shots, right? So that's why people are talking about Brogdon and a couple of things. You don't need someone that's going to try to be a star, right? Because you got guys that can shoot. You got Grimes. They've been putting OG Anunoby with that unit. You also have slipping my mind now. Oh, you also have Josh Hart, right? He comes in a game, he never comes out until the game's over. You know how Tibbs loves to sub him in. But all in all, that's what you need for that second unit. But once we do that, I think we're going to be good to go. Because it's, as you see, it feels like it's still something missing with that second unit. Even against a team like this, it looked like times like our offense kind of went to sleep, right? It looked like the ball was sticking. They was making too many passes, and it just didn't seem right. You know what I mean? Murray's perfect. He's a real PG. You know what? Here's the thing, right, with Murray, right? And we've talked about this like numerous times on my show here, right? I love Murray. I like what he can do, but I'm just. He's just really expensive, man. And I think that, Atlanta's going to want a lot for him. I know there's been talks up there of Knicks saying if they don't like him, you could flip him, whatever. That may not happen that way. My thing is like, excuse me, not like. My thing is that let's see what Atlanta's talking. If Atlanta's talking something crazy, like they want 4 firsts for him, I'm not giving them that for him. I'm not. I know they're not going to move off of Deuce because Tibbs really likes Deuce, man. He really does. He likes what Deuce brings. I know he does not want to move off of Grimes, but I think it's an option still. So you got to see what pieces Atlanta wants for him. So we got to kind of see, man. We got to see what that looks like. Yeah, Tim, absolutely. Brogdon would be great, man, for that second unit, man. I think so. And he's not. He won't be that expensive neither, man. Well, you still hold all your chips before you make it a big purchase in the summer. Coach, he can start and come out early to let Dante play with the starters. Agreed. Like, I like that, man. Like I do, but I just think Murray's expensive, Coach. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm willing to pay that for him. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. If they want a king's ransom for him, I'm not because they're gonna want I'm pretty sure they're gonna want something similar to what they gave up to get him. And if I'm the Knicks, I'm not doing that. Juice says we have the money. What are we holding it for? Because you gotta understand, Drew. Listen, we're gonna have to pay OG. Brunson's coming up. We're going to have to pay him. We're still trying to figure out what we want to do with iHeart and all this other stuff, right? So I'm just saying. And I think at the same time, they still want to get a big star. They really want. So I'm just saying. So look at all that money out there. I don't know if Murray is the guy for that. I just don't know. I'm not saying no or yes. I'm in the middle kind of with him. Tim, I'm loving the movements that Leon is making. He's playing chess with the next move. Right, that's what I'm saying, man. I do agree. I do think he is playing chess, Tim. Some people in Atlanta saying that they found out we are trying to flip him for a certain someone. Ooh. So we're trying to bring him over and then trade him in the summer? Is that what you're saying, Coach? DJ on the current roster takes us over the top. Allows us to legitimately compete with any team in the league. I don't know, man. I'm in the middle with that, Drew. I like him. I like the kid. I'm not knocking him. I like him. I don't know if he moves the needle like that. Coach, we can give that and still have picks. Nah, they need to leave Murray in Atlanta and trade. We good. They paid 3 picks. We can give them 2 plus Grimes. Okay, so you want to give 2 picks plus Grimes and maybe Fourier? Maybe that contract, maybe the money matches up. And see if maybe we can steal a big or something like that. We can steal a big. We would still have our picks. Okay. Maybe 2. Maybe 2 first rounds, a second, Fourier and Grimes. You give that up, but I say 2 first and a second, because maybe we could steal one of their bigs. Not Clint Capella. I like the other kid, the kid from USC. I can't pronounce his name. I don't want to get on pronouncing his name. I'm terrible with that. We would still have our picks here. DJ is the bird in hand. Spider, Booker, etc. are birds in the bush. Get what's available to right now. LV, what superstar player you want the Knicks to go in for? Listen, man. Tim, you've been missing in action, but that's cool, man. I'm glad you're back. Me and the crew here have been chopping it up, man. I really want them to try to really go in for Spider. I think he pushes us over the limit. I think he's the superstar. I think he's the guy. I think he makes us super dangerous, just because of what he could do scoring the pill. But to be honest with you, the way Leon has really opened my eyes to him pulling off this deal with RJ. And him doing this, I didn't see that coming. I was extremely shocked. And even still now, seeing RJ doing what he's doing in Toronto, I'm like, yo, it doesn't feel right? It just doesn't. But he's in Toronto, and so no one saw that coming. So with that being said, we got to pay attention to the movements that Leon's making. We don't know what phone calls is being made. And I hear it is a zoo over there in Phoenix. So who knows what type of deal he can pull off, whatever steal. And if he can get Devin Booker this summer, if he pulls off a steal, because he pulled one off with OG Anunoby. We only gave up a second for him. A second. We didn't even give up first. Remember, there was rumors that Masai wanted like 5 first rounders for OG Anunoby. We only gave up a second and kept all our picks. So what that's telling me is, man, they're making power moves. If they can pull off a steal and get Devin Booker here, CAA guy, oh, man. The Knicks will probably be the best team in the East. You heard it here first from LV Live. If they were able to pull out Devin Booker, the Knicks would be the best team in the East. With OG Anunoby, with Dante DiVincenzo, with Josh Hart, with I Hart. Mitch would probably have to go in that deal. Dangerous. That's just what I think. But, hey, listen, man, I've been wrong a lot of times. I have no issues with being wrong. I'm just saying I would not be surprised, because what they did just now, doing this deal with RJ, It's opened my eyes to a lot of things of the possibilities of what they can do and what Leon's got underneath his sleeve. Drew says, you can't be seriously familiar with DJ game if you question that, bro. Anyone that's on the fence with DJ will immediately get pushed to the other side once he gets here. Listen, no, Drew. I know his game, man. I do. I've watched him play enough. Trust me, I have. I like the way he plays. I do. I'm not knocking the guy's game. I do. All I'm saying, Drew, is this. And Coach mentioned it. All right, here's a question, Drew. Let me throw this out there to you. Do you think he's the final piece? I'm okay with everything you're saying if you feel like he is the piece. DeJounte Murray is the piece that the Knicks need, and we don't need to look for anybody else. That is the star. That is the superstar. We're pushing all our chips in the middle of the table for him. That's how I'm looking at this, Drew. I'm not looking at like he's a rental, like DeRozan or something like that. Are you looking at like this is the guy? Forget Spider. Forget maybe trying to get Booker. Forget maybe Embiid or whatever other deals Leon has. I don't know. I'm just saying, forget everybody and push all the chips to the middle of the table for DeJounte Murray, and that's it. Is that what we're saying? Because I like the kid. I do. I'm just not saying I'm willing to go all in on the guy. And it's, to me, I wouldn't mind getting him. It's just up to what Atlanta wants for him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What do you think you'll be giving up for Booker? Drew, listen, they would give up everything for him. And when I mean everything, I mean picks, Grimes, Fourier, Mitch. Who's the kid? I forget it. I can't think of his name. Anyway, but I'm just saying they would give up everything for him. That's the whale. That's what I'm saying. So my question is, are you? That's why I'm asking that. You know what I mean? Because I like DeJounte Murray, but I'm just wondering, are you just saying, yo? Because if you're saying that, then I respect it. I'm not willing to do that, but I respect it. I like the kid. The kid's a good ball player, man. He's really good. I mean, he's no scrub, but he's no Devin Booker. But he's not. Do you think DeJounte Murray's better than Spider? I don't think so. I think he's good. I think he's real good. But I don't think he's better than those two guys. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Drew says, bro, can you imagine DJ and OG on the defense perimeter on Tatum and Brown? They already can't dribble. Turnover after turnover repeatedly. Give me that all day. Yo, listen. Boss, listen. Boss, I'm with you. I'm there on that. But my thing is, you got to answer my question. What are you willing to give up for him? Are you willing to push? Because are you saying that he's it? He's it? That's the piece? We go all in on him? Because I think the next move the Knicks make are going to be an all-in type of piece. I think the next move they're going to try to make is maybe just to kind of seal up, maybe get a little backup. DJ isn't a better player than Spider or Booker, but he's a better fit for this club. Ooh. I don't know if he's a better fit, though, man. I think he's a good fit, but not a better fit than those guys. I'm just, all right, Drew. What I'm saying is, what are you willing to give up for him? Is this the pick? Is this the guy, and the Knicks just go after him and that's it? If Atlanta says, let me ask you something. If Atlanta says we want 4 firsts and Grimes and Fourier for him, are you doing that? Are you giving up 4 first-round picks, Grimes and Fourier for DeJounte Murray? Are you doing that? I'm just asking. and a better defense than both of them. Okay, right. Listen, I'm not knocking into that. I'm just asking you guys, are you willing to do that? Because I don't think the Knicks are willing to do that. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Like I get the fit. I'm not saying I'm not saying he comes here he's a bad fit. I said I'm not sure about the fit. LV doing some thinking as I always do, remembering his game. I don't watch him every day, but I've watched him enough to know how good of a ball player he is. He will be a perfect fit. But what do we give up? If we get DJ here, Spider is a done deal. Paul ain't allowing them to flip him. That's exactly his point with the Knicks as his clients. Oh, that's right. He's with Clutch, right? Oh, man. Oh, man, you just put salt in the wound with that. Oh, man, I didn't know he was with Clutch Sports. I mean, they got major beef, man. They got major beef. They got some beef, man. They do, man. Oh, I totally forgot about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't think that deal happens. I don't think there's some real they got issues over there, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if they could even. I don't know, man. Brogdon is Clutch too. See, I don't know if that happens, man. They still trying to mend whatever issues they got going on, man. You know what I mean? They talk about they gotta have a sit down before they even make a deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like they got obviously some back door issues. You know what I mean? Whatever happened, they might have Leon might have got him for a player. I don't know, man. But there's obviously issues there. So if Brogdon is Clutch, and so is DeJounte Murray, that's going to be a problem. I'm glad you mentioned that, sir. See, this is why I love the LVU Live crew, man. You guys educate me on certain things that I may not be privy to at the moment. I'm pretty much on point, but some things I'm just not sure of. So you guys bring certain things to the table, and that's where we can brainstorm. I don't know if that's going to work, man. Because I don't know if they've resolved their issues yet. I mean, of course, money is money. And, of course, the whole Masai thing, I know that was kind of like, that worked. But this seems like this is a little bit more deeper than that. Because even Chris Paul. Even Rich Paul came out and stated, like, listen, man, before we make any deals, we got to have a sit-down type of deal. So I don't know what the beef is, right? Gravity says, I think Cleveland announced recently that they are not interested in trading Spider right now, and Spider also said he was content there as well. Agreed. I did hear that also. That's why I said the summertime Gravity. I think the Knicks make a big move. That's why I'm saying that. Killer Dogs, what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you, man. Appreciate you coming down rocking with LV Live. You said the fact that they're even discussing a situation down means there's plenty of smoke to that DJ fire. Yeah, to have a sit down. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, listen, man. I don't know. That makes things a little murky now. You know what I'm saying? It really does, because they kind of got some things going on. But hey, man, listen, Messiah and them made a deal and they got the issues in court. Anything can happen, right? We all understand that. But I don't know if this is a little deeper than that, right? Because, there's obviously a real beef there. And I don't know if this goes back to when Leon was an agent. I don't know, how far this goes back. I'm going to have to do some digging. I'm going to call some people that I know. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, it's interesting, man. But listen, guys, we got to be honest with ourselves. Based on what we did to Philly and how certain teams are just not looking right, the Bucks are just reeling. They just, because they don't play no defense, you know that. They're coming back down to earth. When they're not knocking down shots, it shows and proves who they really are. The Celtics get injured. Tatum is out. KP is always injured. Halliburton is out now. Knicks can make a push here. They can make a push and really, really move up here and grab this thing by a chokehold before the All-Star break. I think it's a possibility. Atlantic Lion said, I heard DJ Murray's agent said he isn't going to get in the way of his players' opportunities, so maybe clutch won't be a problem. Yeah, man. I mean, listen. It sounds good, right? You know what I mean? I mean, it's all coach speak, as they say, or whatever, right? Let's, public relations and all that stuff. You got to make sure you say the right thing, right? But what I'm saying is, I don't know. There's some real beef there, man. So you got to make sure that it's enough to where they really want to make a deal with the Knicks, or they just want to kind of be like, all right, we'll go with somebody else. Tim says Cleveland better trade Spider at the trade deadline before he walks and they get nothing. I think Spider is Spider's locked in there for another year. Because remember, he's still on that deal from Utah. He didn't sign an extension with them, so he's still on that deal from Utah. So I think he's got another year. Then he's a free agent. See, Spider wants to be the guy, the good guy, and not come out and say, trade me to the Knicks. That's exactly why he's not a Knick now, and exactly why he won't be a Knick in the future. Heavy. Great points, though. There's another CAA client more available than Booker. Who's that, sir? Who's another CAA guy more available than Booker? Who is that? Do not say Cat. We know that's who he wants. He wants Cat over here. Spider's going to end up in Miami or Brooklyn. Yeah, man. If I don't know, man. I don't know. That's kind of like up in the air because once again, man, it's got to be a thing to where he walks, right? Because if not, Cleveland's going to want a haul for him, man. They're going to want a lot. You know what I'm saying? They're going to want some teams to kind of throw away some pieces. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the Heat in Brooklyn are willing to give up for Spider, if that makes any sense. No chance in hell if Spider goes see. Yeah, Spider wants to come home, man. He wants to. I'm not surprised if he wants to be with the Knicks or the Nets, man. He wants to come home. That's the whole thing with him, man. He wants to be back home. Here we go. After Murray, the Knicks will move Randall. You know I am. Cat. Yo. Coach, you used to coach him, didn't you? Keep it a buck with us, man. Come on. Don't front on here, man. Come on. This is New York City, man. We got to keep it a buck all day, every day. Come on, man. Keep it. Yo, you used to coach him? Because Cat from Jersey. He used to come down there. Who used to play for? The church? Who you play for? I mean, I'm telling my age. I'm talking about the Riverside Church, Gauchos. Who do you used to play for? You play for the Chos? The old saying, the Chos make pros, man. That's the old saying. Like, I truly hate how every available superstar name is involved in Heat talks. What do you think the Heat have to offer? Do people really think Tyler Herro's a big trade piece? A single first trade? Yeah. You know what it is, man? Pat Riley, man. Those guys know how to win. They're always in the mix. They're always, they got to understand it was in the finals last year, man. So they're always in the mix. Pat the Rat, he knows how to coach. He knows how to win. Right? But remember, man, when you go down there, man, you got to be ready for that. What comes with playing down there. And a lot of guys don't understand that. They get down there and they think it's just all beaches and the strip, right? It is more than that. You got to be in shape to play for them dudes, man. They don't play no games with that. They're real serious about quote unquote, right? That Heat culture thing, right? They're real serious about that. I've been hearing rumors, Big Cat for Randall. So do you think we're going to... Listen, man. Tim, Coach wants Cat here, man. That's what it is. But he wants to flip Cat for Randall. And that's not happening. Tibbs is not letting go of Randall. Killer Dogs, McBride looking better and better more time. You know what's crazy? I think it's just confidence, man. He is looking better. I think he's out there not trying to facilitate. I think he's just out there trying to get his shot. He's being a lot more aggressive. He got the contract. And once again, like I stated before, these guys listen to the shows. Trust me, they hear LV Live. They hear all them other shows. They hear how people are saying that we need a backup point guard to facilitate, right? That's what's happening. And guys hear that. And, yo, man, they coming out there trying to ball and trying to make a name for themselves to show and prove to, of course, the coach that they don't need to make a move, right? That I'm the guy. Look who has entered the realm. Look who's entered, people. He has returned. MBIC is back. Ready to spit hot lava to the whole chat. MBIC, a pillar in the LV Live show. He is here. He's been missing in action. People have been asking for you, MBIC. They said you're running scared because the Knicks are doing well. They said you're running scared. MBIC is back, people. Everybody salute MBIC. He is back in the chat after taking a hiatus. Everybody's glad to see you, sir. Okay, so Killer Dogs. Of course, Coach, Randall doesn't run or pop without franchise point. No, that's not true, man. Let that sink in. No, stop it. They don't work well together. I guess they do, man. Yes, they do. That's Tibbs' fault, not Randall or JB. Okay, wait. Okay, so, Coach, so you're saying you give him 3 firsts for DeJounte Murray? That's what you do? They are not going to get more firsts than they gave to get him, man. That's what they're trying to do, man. They're trying to push that envelope, man. They're gonna listen, man. They're gonna try to get more. They can listen. When is the trade deadline? I think it ends in February, right? So we got a couple more weeks, man. They're gonna really try to push the envelope to see what they can get for DeJounte Murray. They really are. Tim says, I agree. They definitely should entertain the Randall got a chip on his shoulder, and I think he is gonna show up in the playoffs this year. I think so too, sir. I think so too. MBIC, here we go. If Murray comes here, he will be the lead guard and Brunson will go to the 2. MBIC, that's not happening. This is Brunson's show, man. This is his house. No one is coming here taking over anything. Brunson is the top dog here. Period, end of story. Coach said, I heard a rumor that the Knicks were trying to flip him for Cat. No. I think that might have been the case before, right? But I think since Randall's kind of tightened up, since Brunson's arrival and Randall's emergence from the thumbs down incident last year and how he's playing this year, I think all them rumors are done. I think they're finished. I think they're finished with them rumors. Gideon, Knicks. What's going on, Gideon? Hope all is well, man. I appreciate you coming by, rocking with LV Live. Knicks base plaza, yeah. The Knicks look good tonight, man. They really did. It's still going to be JB's show. DJ makes him an even more deadlier scorer. No, listen, Drew, he does. He does. Listen, guys. I love DeJounte Murray, man. I do. I love his game. I like what he brings, and I think also too. Once he comes over here to, you ready? The Tibbs culture, right, comes over here. Tibbs will tighten him up, right, and will make him understand how to conform over here to what it is that we do, right? So I think it'll be a great fit. But what are you willing to give up for DeJounte Murray if Atlanta wants a steal? They might want all of the Knicks first. They might want, we want 4. We want 4 or 5 first. The same thing. Listen, the same thing Utah pulled on us with with Spider? What if Atlanta does that? What if Atlanta says they want 5 firsts for him? And Grimes and Fourier. And they'll give us him and maybe one of their bigs at the end of the bench. What do you do, Drew? Do you make that deal? You give up 5 firsts for him? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not a good fit. I'm not saying he won't work here. I'm not saying none of that. I think he'll work great here. I like what he brings. He brings a lot of different things to the table here. And he'll be great for that second unit. I think he'll be great for that, right? You sub in Dante, have him come in for him in a second, right? I already know how this is going to play out. You sub in Dante to have him come in for the first quarter, right? And then for that second unit, you have Dante stay in, and then you have DeJounte Murray come back in, run the point. You have Dante, you have Josh Hart, you have Achua. It may be the big that we might bring over from Atlanta, right? So what I'm saying is that I already see how the lineup would look, Drew. I'm with you. But what if Atlanta says, yo, nah, we want 5 for him? And the Knicks like, yo, you bugging. Right? I'm just saying. Just being honest. GZD, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Appreciate you coming by rocking with LV tonight. NBIC, here we go. And so everyone knows the superstar's coming after the season. He will be CAA. Either it will be Embiid or Zion. According to Woj, you heard it here first. NBIC wants Zion. He wants Zion here in the Garden. Bad. Drew says Murray won't cost that much. Landry is the GM. 3 firsts, Fourier, Grimes for him, and Bey gets it done. I don't want Sadiq Bey. I want a big. So if you give me a big, let's make it happen. Okay, Drew? If you give me a big, let's make it happen. Oh yeah, Tim, that's coming, Tim. That's coming. Just be patient. Be patient. It's coming. That would be crazy if we got Bey in that deal. But you know what, Coach? I love Sadiq Bey. They would have the whole Villanova crew over here. I love Sadiq Bey, but we need a big. We need a big to back up iHeart. That's what we need. If we can get what's the kid's name from USC, man? Who's the backup to Clint Capella? If we can snatch him up, I'm good. Gravity says, with the way that the Knicks are playing now, do you think that they are one good player away from contending, or do you think they are a superstar away from contending? I think they're a superstar away. And the reason why I say a superstar is because you got to have a guy that can light it up, man. You got to have a guy there. That's what really pushes you over the mountaintop. You got to have a guy there. You got to. Drew says Landry ain't asking for 5 picks. That's ridiculous. Listen, look. Drew, I understand that. I'm just saying, man. That's what happened last time with Spider. When teams know that people want to, they try to do that, man. They try to fleece you, man. You know that. Tim says Leon just, he's not doing that. I already know that. Drew says, how can anyone want Zion here? NBIC wants him. He says Zion is on the radar. See, NBIC wants him here. He wants him here bad. Even though he knows Zion's going to have issues, you're going to bring him right to the mecca of where you got the Coochie Fritos, you got Golden Crust, you got all that stuff. He's going to bring him right here in the middle of that. He's going to watch him gain about 425 pounds and going to be sitting on the bench for 2 seasons. That's what's going to happen. He wants him here. He wants him here bad. Drew can't get a big for ATL. For APL. Clint Capella's making $20 million. I don't want Clint Capella. I'm talking about the kid, the backup from USC. That kid. If you can get him in a deal, Spotty can definitely go to Brooklyn. Juice's DJ is in the play. What's the maximum amount of picks you would give up for Murray? Okay, here we go. I would give up for DeJounte Murray I will give up 2 picks, two first round picks, a second, Grimes and Fourier, and I want the big man from USC. There you go. Okongwu. That's who I want. To back up Grimes, to back up iHeart. I want him. You give me that, we're doing a deal. 2 firsts, a second, Grimes and Fourier. Let's do the deal. Let's do it. What say you, Drew? We doing that? Tim says, I'm not touching Zion. He can't stay healthy. He's not worth it. Yo, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I'm not. Listen, I love Zion. I do. I did. When he wasn't, I don't know what he's doing out there, man. I mean, listen. He's overeating. He's got the issues with the chick, allegedly, whatever's going on with that. You don't want to bring that. You don't want to bring him to New York. He's in New Orleans going crazy. Imagine him in the Garden. That would be J.R. Smith times 20. True story, right? LV story time. Okay, here we go. All right, everybody, focus. I'm giving my age here, but so what? Remember back when the Knicks were in the playoffs with Melo and the crew? And we were what number? Were we the number 1 seed in the East, or we were the number 2 seed, right behind Indiana? Right? I think we was the number 1 seed. I forget. And we had Boston in the first round, right? We took them out in the first round, right? And if I'm correct, didn't JR get suspended or something like that? Wasn't he like untying people's shoes? He was doing something wild like that, right? Let's keep it a buck. Do you guys remember that? Everybody stay on top here. You guys remember that? We were the 2 seed. Do you guys remember that? Remember way back? And he got in trouble. Remember he got like suspended or something. Do you guys remember that? Something like that happened. Coach Woodson was the coach. Right? You guys remember that? Give me a thumbs up. You guys remember that? Story time with LV. Now, if you guys don't know, JR's from Jersey, too. JR's from Jersey. Another Jersey cat, just like Cat. So, I'm out with the crew, right? JR was wilding, right? I'm out with the crew. Now, this is the playoffs. I think I was at a certain spot in Queens, right? You guys know that spot in Queens, right? Where they throw dollars at, right? Starts with an S, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys want to put the name in the chat, you can. I don't want to give it no publicity on LV Live site because you guys want to put it in the chat, It's for the fellas, right? Fellas spot in Queens. Now, Jersey good. I'm good in Jersey. Jersey's good, man. Love Jersey. So, it's the playoffs. So, I'm in a spot. I look over. Guess who I see in VIP popping bottles? Tim, know what time it is. Tim, you know what time it is, Tim. Right? What is people's? All them Jersey cats. Now I'm saying to myself, I said, nah, I'm bugging. I said, that can't be who I think it is. Because ain't they in the playoffs? Where Melo at? Melo ain't even here. I'm like, oh, man. He bugging out. Saucy, too. I said, oh, man. I said, yo. And it was like, and when I mean the playoffs, I mean like in between like games. Like you get a day off and it was something like that. Like a Wednesday or Thursday. It was one of them days. And he was there. And I'm like, yo, shouldn't he be focused on the playoffs? And he started playing bad. He was missing shots and all this other stuff. I said, yo, man. I said, this is why. And there was other stories of people that I know that was out at spots during the season. And like after a game, he's in these spots in the city. Heavy. And I'm like, yo, we got a game going on. Like, you're in season doing this? And this will be like right after he's like not playing well. He's missing shots. He's doing whatever. You know what I mean? But he's still on tying people's sneakers. I'm like, yo, man, he ain't on here. Right? That's what it is in the city, man. This city ain't for everybody. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of spots in the U.S., right? You guys know a lot of spots you travel to. You be like, yo, things are closed now. Things be closing down early in a lot of spots. They be closing at like 1 or 2. Right? You go to different spots in the States. But in this city, everything is open forever, right? It don't matter. That's the city that never sleeps. So when you come to the city, you got to be prepared for what comes with it. And if Zion is bugging out in New Orleans, he can't get it together, what do you think he's going to do in this city, man? What do you think? These are the things I think about. It's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. Sorry, man. That's LV story time, man. I don't know. NBIC wants him here, man. He wants him here bad, man. But man, I'm not touching that kid. I'm not. All right, guys, let's take a look here, man. So, look, guys, check it out. Listen, after the win tonight, man, 5 in a row, man. 5 in a row. Can we get to 6? We got Luka, right, in Dallas. Brunson's coming back. He's coming back to Dallas. Randall's going back home to Dallas. You know he's from there. What do? Do we get to 6-0? Do we get to 6-0? I think we can. I think we could do it. We just got to keep it together, man. We just got to keep it together, keep it focused. We got to figure out that second lineup, man. I'm telling you that second lineup is going to be an issue for us. It's going to be a thorn in our side. I'm telling you. So we got to kind of figure that out, man, because listen, man, I love how this team is moving and shaking. I love what OG Anunoby brings, but we're missing that piece. We're missing that stabilizer. I'm going to say it. That's the word I'm going to use. Stabilizer for that second unit. And that's what we got to do. But listen, I think we can go 6-0. And then after that, we got Memphis. Ja Morant is done for the season, so I think that's another win. So we could be 7-0, guys. We could be 7-0. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, people. Well, listen, I'm out of here, all right? I'm LV Live. I appreciate you guys coming through and rocking with me, man. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, all right? You leave comments. If you're watching this on a playback, please subscribe. And please hit that like button for your boy, man. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with your boy. I will be back so we can talk that Dallas talk. We can get that win in Dallas. Definitely need it. Brunson's homecoming. Randall's homecoming. Let's do it, man, all right? But I'm out of here, man. I appreciate you guys coming by, rocking with LV Live, man. I'm out of here, people.